what can I do to be a beneficiary of these differences? We call them harmonious differences. They are there for our advantage. The way she functions is not the way you function. The way she talks is not the way you talk. Man talks straight, woman talks in circles. Man think a lot, women speak a lot.
Yeah.
So these are things that you need to understand. These are diversities. They are there. Something is different between you. The body, when it comes to sexual reaction, the body of the man reacts instantly. It's like a switch. The body of the woman reacts slowly. It's like a heater.
Yeah.
It's like a heater. When you put off a heater, it will stay on. It's red. When it becomes red hot, it takes time. But a bulb, off, when you put it on or off, the power goes away. So you need to understand what is the difference between the man and the woman. Then understand how your bodies work, how your emotions work. What is the mindset of a man? So that you, as a woman, you will understand this is what a man needs from me. When a man does this, this is what he means. When a woman does this, this is what he means. That's why we say even affection is not sex. You need to distinguish. But many men don't distinguish that. So when the woman is in need of affection from you, you do go direct to sex. When she has come just to lean where you are, she needs affection. But you jump into sex. She was not there for sex. She came there for affection. You need to give her that affection. And if you can give her that affection very well, then you can be rewarded with the sex that you may be wanting. But you need to understand the woman value affection more than sex.
Yeah.
So you need to understand, and this is what is eating many people in marriage, because you have not taken time to learn your partner. And what is making many people complain in marriage relationship, how long will you take to understand me? How long will you take to learn what I really want? That I don't want this, I don't want this. You need to learn the strengths of your partner and their weaknesses.
Amen.
Personal, because now there is a way personally we are created. We are human beings, but human beings, we are different. And we have some things that are familiar with us, they look alike, but there are things that are different. This person likes this person does not like this. Learn the taste of your partner. You need to learn what a man likes, what he does not like. So that every time we will not be arguing, because that is lack of knowledge also. You are arguing every time because this man wanted this, you give them something wrong because you never understood the taste. You never understood what he wants. When he says something, there's some people who never want to repeat themselves. When he says something once, say this done, he will not say it again. He wants to see it done.
Yeah.
But now, if you don't do it, and every time this person is skipping, you say, I like repeating myself. And you know this person does not like to repeat himself. So you need to learn, understand your partner. And this knowledge.
Amen.
And you have to learn from this person. You have to learn this person very well. You need to pay the price to listen to your wife. To listen and to ask questions. What do you like? How do you like it done? What do you like? What do you hate that I should not do? What do you like? And some couples have no time to learn one another. That's why you need to stand there and to see. You can be doing something which is harming the other person because you lack wisdom. Now, let me tell you this. Zeal without knowledge is dangerous. Say, I am praying, my prayer is for this to the Jews, that they should be born again. They should know God. They should be saved. Say, I know they are zealous of God. But their zeal is not based on knowledge.
Yeah.
And therefore, because they do not know the righteousness that comes from God, they have established their own. They don't know the righteousness that God has commanded. So they have established their own. In other words, what they are doing it with a lot of zeal, but it is not going to God. Why are so many couples frustrated now? It's because what you are doing, are busy doing all the day, at the end of it, does not please your partner. Because there is what the partner wants.
And the way.
And the way want.
Yeah.
Like the things we can do for God and God does not want. Lucas saw he sent on a mission. He decides to save some animals for sacrifice. And this time, I don't know why he saved King Agagi, if he wanted to sacrifice him or what. But animals is said for sacrifice. But God says what? God is pleased with obedience more than sacrifice. Yeah. To heed, to follow instruction, to heed is better than the fat of the ram. That's the word of God. To heed, to follow the instruction. So, it's a rebellion is like the sin of witchcraft.
Yeah.
So, sin of witchcraft is rebellion. When you rebel, you are a witch. It doesn't matter how much you are trying to do it. You are a witch. Yeah. Rebellion makes you a witch.
In the same category.
You are in the same class. Yeah. If you are in the same class, you are one. Now look at this.
Yeah.
You may be a very rebellious wife, doing what it pleases you, rather than what pleases your husband.
Yeah.
I will say this, and you need to get this deep into your hand, is that don't think when you do what you like is what your partner like. Because you are created differently. You need to learn that there's something he needs from you, or she needs from you, that you are supposed to supply. That's knowledge. And you need to have that knowledge. I master that art very well. And understand now, when I'm supplying a need is what this person requires to function. But a want is not a need. So I cannot forego need and go for a want. I cannot forego need and go for a want. I must supply the need. The need first. So the woman, sex is not a need. It's just a want. So if you go for sex, this woman is not supplied what she requires function. She needs affection. And that affection is what will make her now function to need, to want.
Yeah.
Even that which you want to supply. So it's wisdom. And you need to learn it. You need to spend time to learn your wife. Most of the people are in marriage, but they have not learned one another. You are in marriage, but you don't know the likes and dislikes of your husband. You keep on quarreling every time. You don't know what a man wants, and you are in that. And that's why I say I am frustrated. How far have you gone into trying to dig deep and understand? Man, you can't keep your mouth closed and expect your woman to learn. You need to open your mouth and talk. And when you talk, she will understand more. So you need to understand this. This is knowledge. You will express yourself and the other person express herself. And it's time. You need to pay the price of having time together. Doesn't matter how busy you are, schedule is. You're supposed to have time. And learn from each other. Don't think what you are doing is pleasing the other person, not unless you know. Because they have the right to their own opinion. They have the right to say it's good or it's bad. They have the right. Your partner has the right to say good or bad. It's not about what you feel. According to me, I'm doing good. Yes, according to you, you're doing good. But that good, how is it interpreted? How are your actions interpreted by the other person? And they have the right to their own opinion. And they have the right to be treated the way they like. Because that's how they are created. You cannot assume that this man is happy because you are happy. Because something has happened. Or this woman is happy because you are happy. You need to make sure that you have done what is needed by this person so that this person can be happy.
Now, what of there are cases where maybe I want to know more, or you want to know from me what I desire, maybe what makes me happy. And now when I tell you something and you have not been doing it, and I have sent it with maybe all humility, you are just irritated and you withdraw yourself. There are couples who just begin now quarrel, especially when a person wants to know, or a person expresses himself or herself, it now erupts. It brings battles, and the argument just begins there.
That's another lack of wisdom. We say another lack of wisdom.
Yeah.
Because a wise man will always listen. And you will be able, humility will give you that position of admitting this person has a right to what this person is saying. And it doesn't matter how much you argue. If the car gauge rings, it won't fuel. It won't fuel, and the gauge is indicating, and you want to travel. Wisdom will tell you, fuel the car. It is foolishness to begin now walking,
driving,
away from that which you know it is needed, by getting irritated and say, I have given this car fuel. Why does it need fuel now? So walking away from your responsibility is not wisdom.
It's foolishness.
It's foolishness. Now, it is another foolishness when you insist on driving the same car when you have not done the necessary. So it is foolishness also to expect your partner to function and give you what you want when you have totally ignored his or her need. So that's no wisdom also. So you should understand that when you try to taste petrol, it is not nice to you, but it is nice to the car. What are you supposed to do? Feed the car with the car want
supplied,
to function.
Yes.
So you need to supply to your partner what your partner needs.
Though
you may see it foolishness.
Yeah.
Sometimes some things that men need to the women is foolishness. And some things that women need to men is foolishness.
Yeah.
So when we hear men discuss women, they see women, what they need is something that is not very important. And when you see women discuss men, what men need is something not very important. Because what they value, you don't value. Now, why were you created that way? So that you can fit one another.
Yes.
So that what you see, I need it, you have it. That is why you see like.
You wonder even why.
You wonder if you are rich, you have money in plenty, and you wonder somebody is in need of 5,000. You can even wonder how can somebody borrow 5,000? Because to you, when it means to borrowing, you think about billions or millions. Because you have abundance.
Yes.
So women, what the men need, you have it in abundance.
Hallelujah.
And men, what the women need, you have it in abundance.
Yeah.
So it is wisdom when you supply.
Yeah.
It is wisdom when you supply. And you need to get that knowledge. Because without knowledge, you will not be able to do things that the way you are supposed to do. So I advise people here, please stand there. Take time to learn. What do your partner like? Women are not the same. They are not the same. People say all women are the same. Lie.
And men are not the same.
Men are not the same.
Yes.
People have different tastes. They want something. There are some people say the way to a man is through the stomach. Not all men. If you try my way to my heart through my stomach, you will lose it. You will lose it. Because me and food were not friends. It's not like I would like to eat or like to do that so that I will feel nice.
People wonder, how do you live?
I eat, but it's not my priority. It's not something that I can even forget the whole day that I needed to eat. You can ask her. If she does not remind me, sometimes I may not remember. So if you try my way to do the food, you don't get me. You're not. So there are men, yes, who like food. And when you cook well, I like nice food, but I don't like food generally. So all men are not the same. All women are not the same.
Yeah.
They have taste. That's why you see that people like red. Others don't want to see it. Yellow, green. Others don't want to see them. People like different things. So you need to understand the one you have. Stand with this person. Understand. Then do your part. That's wisdom.
Yeah.
Understand also now, mind functions differently. I always tell men and women, number one thing you need to understand when it comes also to sexuality. According to men, the highs, these eyes are part of sexual organ. So in some cases, the eyes of men are supposed to be private parts. The eyes of men are supposed to be private parts. It is the only thing that is that the eyes cannot be made private.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they don't, they don't seem like they can be that. It cannot be private. Now, but it's the sex connection of man is in the eyes. What he sees impresses him and it can connect him sexually. So if you're a wife and you ignore that in a marriage relationship, there are things you will never show him. There are things you will never win him with. You need to understand that now differently. Now, man, you should also understand now, the woman need to be touched in her heart.
Yeah.
Without touching her heart, you cannot make her function the way you would like him to function. And we are different. So you need to understand how we really work and how we really function. And when you do like that, then you are going to be blessed.
Amen.
And you are going to enjoy that. So most couples have not taken time to study. What does man want? How is man supposed to be treated? What's my place as a woman? What's my place as a man? So you just think marriage is just about friendship. No, it's not about friendship. It's something that you have to work out. You have to work it out. So women understand men are different. They need different things from you. Men understand women are different. They don't think the way you think. They don't see things the way you see. That's how we are different. And these are differences that are supposed to benefit us. They don't talk the way you talk. So sometimes you stay with a woman, you will be irritated. Because the questions she will ask you, and the way she will ask you, you'll think that she does not think. She is thinking. But that's the way they are supposed to ask. So instead of you, even if you wonder but answer.
Yes.
Wonder but answer.
Yes.
Wonder but answer. Because she needs it. She cannot reason like we you are reasoning. Not that she is foolish.
She may be reasoning, but she wants that confirmation.
What she wants, she speaks her emotions.
Yes.
What she is feeling.
Yes.
She does not speak what she is thinking.
That's
the difference.
Yeah.
So what she is telling you is not what she is thinking. And what you are looking for is what she is thinking. So men connect with what you are thinking, not what you are feeling. And women now, the problem is, they don't connect with what men are thinking. They connect with what men are feeling.
Yeah.
So you need to give them time so that they can feel you are feeling. And also, woman, you need to give the man time to feel, to think what you are, to feel what you are thinking, to connect with your mind. Otherwise, you will keep on arguing. Because it happens speed, communication. Hey, you say this. What you are speaking is what you are feeling, emotions. This man wants what you are thinking. So you see differences. And that's why as men grow, even boys, they start separating from their mothers. They start moving apart from their mothers. Men start now looking for men and moving away from the women. And I think most men, if it were not for sex, they could not come near women.
Is it?
Most men, I want to tell you for sure, if it is not for sex, they could not come near women. Now that is why God made sex. Made sure he has made sex to be a need for a man and the woman to be the supplier. Otherwise, some women would be jobless.
Yeah.
As far as man is concerned.
Man would just be existing and just going around the caves and...
Yeah. And if it is not for the seed and for the women, for the seed and for affection that a woman need, the comfort of a woman come from man, not from other woman. And that's what the other woman tells you. Darling, sweet darling. How many women call each other sweet darling? Yeah. Sweet darling on the way. But the woman does not feel anything.
That's right. But when it comes from a man
calls you sweet darling.
Matters.
A man, what man, sweet darling, what? You will start feeling something.
Yeah, something very
There's
different.
difference.
Yeah.
Because that is what you need. So if it's not because of the seed or what you feel, the affection connected with the man. Most women,
just exist.
They will not need a man. And that's why some, when they get money, they say, I don't need a man. They realize they need a seed. They need that comfort. Away from the job. This woman will feel, no, I'm complete with a man.
Yeah.
She'll feel she needs something.
Yeah. Or she's lacking something.
So we were created never to live without the other. A male cannot function without a female and be happy. And the female, look at those who even soldier on and stay single. They lack a lot. Even if they say, I'm happy, they are lying. There are some things when they come to reasoning, they begin now to feel, hey, there is something I lack. That's why some commit adultery. If they are happy, why do they commit adultery? Why do they go out? They go out for a while, get a man, comfort what they are thinking, then they go back to their lonely life. Now, it's like people who decides not to build, but keep renting. But still they are paying the price of renting, and they have a shelter. So you cannot say in marriage, I don't need a partner. You're lying. We were created to fit. That's why Adam was given time. God gave him time. The man spied, caught every animal, moved around east, west, naming everything.
Yeah.
Naming everything. And then reporting to God. They were happy. Reporting to God. This is called elephant. God says, yes. This is called a rhino. Yes.
Right.
This is called a giraffe. Yes. This is called hippo. Yes. This is a cow. Yes. This is a goat. Yes. Moving. And remember, most of the things that Adam did not give their names, whether they are male and female, when they are together. Men have never gotten the name. Even today, they give them. You can hear a he-goat, a she-goat. Because maybe Adam say goat. From there, nothing else was given. That's why when people came, now they could not know what to call. They say she-goat. He-goat. But when they come to cow, they say bull. A cow. Because Adam did the work that way. Now, I want you to understand. When he spied and did everything, naming all those things, then God tried also to impress him. He created a garden in days that God it ended. It had everything. Everything. And he gave him the work, do this. But he saw this man, together with this ended, he's still not good. He's not happy.
Yeah, he was not.
He's not happy. He's lonely. See, it's not good for this man to be alone. Let me make him an helper, suitable and adaptable to him. And then God brings a woman. This man now relaxes and say, this is the bone of my bones, the flesh of my flesh. She will be called. And now name comes. Naming continues. She will be called a womb man. That's a man with a womb. In short, they call it woman. Womb man. So Adam saw it. And from there, the life is fulfilled, that they are gone back to Eden. And now the family began. I believe when he was fulfilled, then afterwards he rested, he relaxed. Men have tendency of relaxing when they are fulfilled. You are rich, you have the best wife, the wife who takes care of you and everything, some can relax. And that's why he became passive. And when he became passive, that problem came that made him again to go busy. Busy again, trying to make things work. May God help us as men, that we may rise up and do what we are supposed to do. Now, another thing that we need to understand now as we pay price, we say we are supposed to endure hardships. Every marriage goes through something. Through our uniqueness, we have different paths of life that we go through. Your challenge may not be my challenge.
That's right.
The fact that you see me happy, it's not that I have not gone through challenge. The thing is, how do you handle what comes to you? How do you handle that which comes on your way? That's another thing you need to understand. We say the boat or the ship will not sink because of the multitude of waters that surrounds it. It will sink because of the water that enters it. So it's not what you go through will destroy you. It is that which you permit to come into your life. And when you permit it, you perceive it, you have a different attitude. When it comes to problems, these problems will make you sink. Some marriages have gone down because of issues that they would have easily overcome. Some are not in peace because of something that they would have easily overcome. But they did not have the capacity to handle it because they did not build a board that is so strong enough. Let me tell you this, and this is advice and can help some people.
Yeah.
You need boarding. That board between the couple needs to be there. You may be loving one another, but the couple needs that board to be strong. That's why, even in Old Testament, when a couple marries, if you are a soldier, you are told to stay away from battle for 1 year. So that you make your wife merry. You make your wife happy. There's that time of making your wife happy. That's boarding time. Most couples today, they don't have time to board.
That's right.
The bonding between them is very weak. Because you marry when you have so much plans.
You're on transit.
You are on transit. Some even come from far, do wedding, stay 1 week, go. Live one another. They did not have time for staying together. This woman to learn this man to learn this woman until they board. They agree. You know, disagreement comes because there are things you have not ironed out. And most of the couples are in that kind of life. They didn't have time. And even some did not go far, but they never created time. You married, that anxiety of marriage, that happiness, that was celebration, you may take 3 months before you settle. And I said, hey, I am married. That's why we advise for honeymoon. You have been staying there, we land there, and we tell you, go at least 1 week, stay together, learn one another, come together now, begin now moving, building from what you have been talking about. And then build. You have been discussing in courtship. Now it has come a reality. You have now got married. Now you make your plans from there. And that's the places of discovery. I've seen so many couples go to the honeymoon and then they don't come together. They don't come together again. They have already separated from the honeymoon. Because there are things that you are able to speak. I have seen a pastor of a media, after marrying, going for honeymoon. After going for the honeymoon, they sit down with the wife married, and then the wife tells him, you cannot touch me, I am somebody's wife.
Hey, shalabakate.
I am somebody's wife. The 2 weeks I did not answer your calls and I was missing before the wedding. I went back to my husband.
Now, what was the intention of this woman?
I unseparated from my husband.
Jesus.
So, when I said yes to your proposal, I never thought we can go back. But now, a few weeks ago, my husband started pursuing me to go back. And I love him. So I decided to go back to him. So I did not know how to tell you because also you loved me. So, but now I have seen I cannot allow you to touch me. We are married, but you cannot touch me now. I am somebody's wife. You can see that man was broken. That's why I tell people, if a pastor, a man who preaches the word of God, can go all the way and be deceived and marry somebody's wife, what about you who sits down to hear that pastor? You can easily be deceived. That's why you need time.
And God.
You need God.
Yeah.
And you need to discover some things. So this family was really, this man was hooded. Marrying somebody's wife. These people who marry and they stay 30 days. Do you think they were not serious? They were serious. But there are some things they did not put into consideration. And then when they come to that marriage, a person says, if marriage is like this, let me stay. So you don't know what is marriage that you entered. So you need to have that understanding. So I say, there are some things that are easily done by others, but some sink.
They don't
I
have
say
the capacity.
this.
Yeah.
If you break from inside, you give life. If you break from outside, you lose life.
Yeah.
Inside is because pressure is coming from inside. Outside is because the pressure is coming from outside. When the egg breaks from inside, a chick comes out. When the egg breaks from the outside, the yolk scatters. So there are people, pressure from outside has made them shrink. Couple is supposed to have pressure, but from inside. This is what propels you to move forward. And some hardships come to check what you are made of. Is to test your faithfulness.
Yes.
What are you made of? You said I will marry for richer, for poorer. Now the job has been lost. Are you going to change your mind? And this is what makes the couples know, really, I love you. This person loves me.
Yeah.
Some challenges come to develop character.
Testing time.
To develop character.
Wow.
That's why in the book of Romans, the Bible tells us, Romans chapter 5, we are not supposed to rejoice only when good is happening.
Yes.
You should not enjoy that good sister alone. But when something bad happens to her or something times comes, you are supposed to enjoy. You're supposed to stand with her. The same time, brother, you should not enjoy the brother who is called being called a CEO, a governor. You know, there's some wives who went to depression when their husbands lost the seats, last election. And they are not of themselves anymore. You meet somebody is not the same. Because there is what they wanted. Now listen to me. The Bible says that these hard times or these bad things comes to us, they build our character. The Bible says hard times produces perseverance. And perseverance produces character.
Yeah.
And the character, there is hope. There is hope, and in hope there is no disappointment. So God does not want your marriage to disappoint. So there are some things you go through to build you, to build your character, to show really you are what you are saying. And this is what makes people stick. Where some things come, those challenges, they come to prove your love. So do you really love somebody? Then this is what you go through that with this person that shows that you love this person. So when endurance is developing in you, that's maturity. When you reach to the level of long suffering, you have grown up. In marriage, you start being patient. Then you go to endurance. Then you go from endurance to long suffering. In other words, some things that make you shake, does not made you cry that time, cannot make you cry this time. You are grown up.
Yeah.
It shows a level of growth. Maturity is demonstrated by how much you can endure.